Wow! What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I am currently on the test server, guys. In today's video, we're gonna have a look at the Hound, Krokhad the Throatripper. He does look pretty badass. Like, the design is actually top-notch. He fits so freaking well in the Orc faction. We're gonna see what multipliers this bad boy has, if he's able to do crazy damage, or not really. Now, we have been waiting for this fusion, for this champion, for probably over 1 year. If you're new to the game, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. But in the past, they released a fusion, Packmaster Shayak, and they've mentioned we're going to have another Hound joining his freaking army. And as you guys can see, because I'm on the test server, the Krokhad the Throatripper's name is right here together with the other Hounds. This champion does quite a few things. In my opinion, the interaction in between these two champions is the craziest we have in the entire game as a duo, because no other duos do as many things as these two champions. So basically, when he uses the A1, Krokhad will actually join in the attack. When he uses the A2, if Krokhad is on the same team, basically none of the buffs can be removed, stolen, or transferred, which means that this champion needs 0 resistance, okay? Because none of these things can actually be stolen, transferred, or removed. So this makes him an amazing mischief target. With the third skill, basically he will fill the thermometer and he will apply block buffs. Now, if one of the beasts, the Hounds, is in the same team, he does not require accuracy, okay? This debuff cannot be resisted if at least one of them is on the same team. The only thing that does require accuracy is basically the passive. One attack places an hex, so you do need accuracy in order for him to place the hex, but other than that, you don't need to. And when he gets attacked, Krokhad will actually counter attack, and he has a speed aura for all battles. Now, the thing is, if you do not have Shayak Packmaster, is this fusion really worth going for? Maybe you're gonna get Packmaster at some point in the near future. Then yes. If not, up to you guys. We're gonna see how he performs and stuff. But to be honest, on his own, most likely he won't be as impactful on an account. He's really a Hydra champion rather than a champion you're gonna take in PvP, a champion that you're gonna take in dungeons and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that you cannot use him in dungeons, but his kit really revolves hard around the Hydra clan boss. Right here, he will ignore reflect damage, ally protection, and pain link debuffs, and he will deal double damage when counterattacking if Shayak is on the same team. With the second skill is an AoE and places an extra hit on enemies under 2 or more debuffs, and has a chance to place Leech or Weaken. And he does not require accuracy when Packmaster is on the same team. So this skill is already working really well without Shayak on the same team, because you just need to give him a bit of accuracy to land the debuffs if you want to, or just go pure damage and do not rely on his debuffs. With the third skill, will attack only one enemy and will ignore 50% of the target's defense, as well as life barrier and poison cloud, and effects that redirect attacks, which is the mischief target, damage or debuffs to another target, and will repeat this attack once if Packmaster is on the same team, which is crazy good. And the passive, really good again, because will increase his attack by 5% when killing an enemy or decapitating a Hydra head, stacking to 25%. And if Shayak is on the same team, this can go up to 50% and stack faster. And if Shayak is on the same team as well, he will instantly activate the A3 skill when a Hydra head devours the champion, and he has an attack aura for all battles. So as you guys can probably notice, a very powerful duo if you use them together. Now, if we're gonna bring in the Krokhad, hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right. This is the build that I have on him. So we have a merciless set, guys. That's basically what you want to get on him. The more defense he ignores, the more damage he's going to deal. The stats are pretty good. I decided not to give him a blessing because I want to try something out. So total stats, we have 38k HP, we have 7.9k attack, 2.2k defense, 200 speed, you don't really want him too fast, so I gave him attack boots instead. That's why I have so much attack. And of course, the ascension on the gear and all that. Full crit rate, and we have 307 crit damage. I have no relic on him whatsoever. I do have basically these masteries, offense and defense. Now, because I had too much crit rate, I decided to go with Blade Disciple. And we have Helm Smasher as tier 6, guys. That being said, what I do want to do is basically throw Thor in the same team. They are both pretty much the same affinity. This is Thor's build. He is on a 6-piece Merciless as well. He has around 600 more attack and the same amount of crit damage. The only difference is that Thor has a 5-star Blessing, a Nature's Red. Now, he does not have a relic, but you know what? Just for the fun of it, I will give him the Erratic Coronet, which will make him deal 30% more damage. And the Blessing and the Relic should compensate for his lack of having a partner in the team, like Shayak and the new champion, the Hound, right? Them together will have some special benefits, bonuses. Thor won't have anything. So just to kind of like try and even out the fight, I'm going to give him a Relic, and he has the 5-star Blessing, okay? Which will enable him to do a lot of additional damage. That being said, I quickly want to check his damage a bit in the Dragon Slayer to see what he does in there. So I will run them like this, and I'm going to bring in an increased attack just to kind of like give us a bit of an idea to see what damage we can expect from them. So, increased attack. You do not really need Shayak in here because we're just testing the damage, but we are doing the ally attack right now on Venus. And we go with the A1, AoE, 100k minimum. That was really good for an A1 skill. And he does not deal double damage with the A1 because he did not counterattack. This was just an ally attack. With the A2, the AoE, let's see. 145, 280k. He literally took them freaking down. Wow. Really solid damage. I'm actually going to take Shayak out. I'm even going to remove his... I'm going to remove him from the lead. I don't want him to gain that extra attack. Let's see like this. Without Shayak in the team, let's see what damage he can do, this champion. Okay, defense down and weaken. This is for whoever is curious, right? Wow! Look at that. We almost one-shot everybody. We almost one-shot everybody, guys. Look at that damage. Very, very good. No relic, no blessing. Now, you've seen me testing a lot of different champions on this stage. How many of them actually do so much damage without relic and blessing? Barely any. Probably champions like Georgid, right? Those are the champions that do so much damage in here. Siegfried. I'm not saying he's at that level, but out of all the champions that I'm testing in here, none of them come close to this, right? So his damage is good, which means that the multipliers are good. And that was the main thing that was of high interest to us. How much damage he can actually do. Let's see this skill. 400k with his A3 skill. That's very similar with what an Alika might do with her second skill that ignores defense and hits like a freaking tank. Like a truck, actually. 280k on Venus. Pretty good. She's the tankiest in the team. Let's go at it again. So let's do that. Let's do that. And we're going to go A2. No, we're going to go A1 this time around. A1, actually. All over 100k. Except the one on this champion to the right, I think, right? Everything else was over 100k with a basic skill. That's what most champions do in here. When you bring them in this format. And if we attack him, 283k. So the Hound has good multipliers, okay? The Hound has good multipliers. That's something that we can easily establish straight off the back. Now, how will they perform in the Hydra clan boss? Let's find out. So we're gonna run this team, guys. This is Nightmare difficulty. I will bring in Shayak for block buffs. We're gonna have Thor as another damage dealer. We're gonna have Duchess for increased attack. And for the Veil, we're gonna have Lydia for defense down and weaken. We're gonna have Grazur for provoke. And basically 2 damage dealers. Very curious to see what type of damage they will actually bring to the table. I will manual for a little bit just to basically check a couple of numbers. Then we're going to let it go on auto and we're going to see what we can actually do in here. So we're going to put block buffs with this skill. You see block buffs on everybody. The good thing about Shayak is that he's not attacking, which means that he's never going to weak hit. And he cannot get resisted, okay? Which means that the block buffs will always land as long as you have another one of them bad boys in your team. So we're going to go with this skill first. Then let's go with the AoE. Let's see. 137, 170k. It feels like the second hit always does a bit of more damage for whatever reason. We have block buffs on everybody. We can just go A1 with Lydia. Let's go on enemy max HP with Grazoo. Counter attack with the A1. Literally the same damage as Grazoo with the enemy max HP champion. Like 400 plus K per hit. Really solid. And that's just because Shayak actually got attacked. And if you make him your mischief target, what the heck? Use the skill, bro. Use the skill, bro. Like, do I need to tap you a million times? The mischief head will always target him because he's going to have the highest amount of buffs. Which means that the hound will counterattack on and on and on. Which is very, very, very good. Now, if we go with a single target, let's see. Don't weak hit. Actually, you cannot weak hit. 687k per hit, guys. On a non-decapitated head. 1.3 million on a non-decapitated head. We just got a counterattack right here because we have 3 AoE heads. Is perfect, actually. Perfect. Another counterattack. Look at that. 800k with a counterattack with the A1. Another counterattack. 1.2 million with the basic skill. 1.2 million with the basic skill. I don't want to use that on Thor because I want him to basically go in and use the skill, but he's going to use the passive. I want the Hound to basically use one of the skills on these decapitated heads. So it's only the A1 without a counterattack. Let's see. 890k. Double the damage when he counterattacks. I think he's pretty damn solid. Pretty damn solid in terms of damage. Actually, well impressed with his damage. Let's do that. The decreased speed. Can we have a defense down, Lydia, please? No, we cannot. But you can bring Weaken and Leech. Let's see how much damage he's going to get on the left head that has defense down with his skill. 600k, 600k. So 1.3 million damage is pretty much the same like Hidal. Actually, no. That was the A3. So 1.3 million on decapitated heads with the A2. Not bad at all. Now, we do have the Head of Suffering, which he might still reduce the damage. I'm a bit unsure about that part, to be honest. But we should be taking him down now. Okay, so he's down. And now we count on Lydia to basically bring us that defense down and weaken. So we have that. And we can actually go in with the A3 now. On a decapitated head. Let's see. 1.7 million. Almost 3.5 million, guys. Almost 3.5 million with his A3 skill. I have no Theox in here. I have no Feral in here. I have no Glaciad in here to boost his damage with passives, okay? And I've done that intentionally. Pretty damn crazy. Pretty damn crazy. Look at that. AoE attack just with a join-in ally attack. I think his damage is really, really solid. Really, really solid. Now, of course, you do need Shayak to get the most out of this. You can run him without Shayak. I'm probably going to do a quick battle without Shayak on brutal difficulty after. Because on this one, I actually need to basically do the entire run. Because I haven't unlocked it yet. Look at that. 800k and something else. I'm not even sure what else we had there. But really good damage, eh? Look at that. The joint attack, really good as well. The A2 skill, 1 point something million with it. Very solid. So I will let this go on auto. I don't think any of you guys love manualing Hydra, so it's no point for me to show you the result on a manual run because that is a bit pointless. You want to see what they can do on auto on their own without me targeting and choosing when to use the skills and all that stuff, right? It's just fair play. In terms of affinity, both him and Thor, they are pretty much the same affinity, so it won't make any difference. You see the mischief targeted Shayak, he counterattacked. And that's going to happen all the freaking time, which makes him really, really good. Now, what I'm going to do, actually, I'm basically going to back out of here, and we're going to do a full auto run on Brutal. So look at this. This is Nightmare. In 5 minutes, we got to the top chest, more or less. And we have 26.6 million from Krokhad. And we have Thor with 23.4. Now, this is not a direct comparison to Thor to be like which one of them is better. It's just to actually show you what Krokhad can do without a relic, without a blessing, versus Thor, which is actually a very good damage dealer. I'm not trying to compare them and be like, this is better, the other one is shit, right? I'm just trying to show you that he has some crazy, crazy good potential. Hell, I'm actually going to put a relic and a blessing on him after. But first, let's free regroup. I do not have this unlocked on Nightmare. I need to just do a run on it, but I'm always forgetting. So we're going to go quick battle with this team. We're going to see what happens. Very curious. 790 million damage, full auto. Now, just looking at the damage, man. Shayak brought in 57 because of the hacks too. Krokhad, 364 million damage. 364. Full auto team. Pretty much the same stats as Thor, except he has 600 less attack. Thor has a relic. Actually, more attack. Around 800 attack because Thor got the relic after we looked at the total stats. And Thor has the blessing. And Thor dealt 252 million damage. Now, that is, of course, with Shayak in the same team. Some of you guys do not have Shayak. So you might be curious of what you could potentially expect without a Shayak in the team. So we're going to try to basically modify a little bit this team. And instead of Shayak in here, we're going to bring somebody that can put block buffs. Somebody that is useful all around. Whoever that might be. Should we? I kind of do not want to bring in Feral. Should I bring in Feral? No, huh? Better not, better not, better not, better not. So I need a different champion for block buffs. I guess we're gonna do this. We're gonna take Duchess out. We're gonna put her in the lead. So Duchess, where are you? Duchess is there. I'm gonna bring an Ugo in here for a defense down and block buffs. I don't really need the defense down from her because I'm gonna keep the team exactly as it is. But at least we have the block buffs from her, right? And let's do a quick battle as it is. Very curious to see how well he performs without Shayak. 512 million damage, and this time around you can clearly see his damage dropped a lot compared with Thor. So Thor dealt double the amount of damage that Krokhad dealt here. He dealt 122 million, Thor 244. Now it could potentially be some RNG, maybe something went wrong with him. But it definitely shows how important Krokmar is in the team. So one thing that I want to do quickly, guys, is head on to Faction Guardians. Head over right here and awaken him. So I'm going to use a 5-star soul, not a 6-star. You need to pull the 6-star. Probably they will do an event for the 5-star soul. So we're going to give him that. And he does bring debuffs, which means that we can run without a problem Nature's Wrath on him as the best option for a 5-star blessing. And as a relic, I'm going to try and find the exact same relic that I have on Thor. Hopefully I have an extra one. I do. So I'm going to upgrade this. I think the other one is at level 12. Yep. So let's do that. Level 12. And now we're going to equip a couple of gems. So we're going to put the same gems that we have on the rest. The weather ignores defense. And right here is honestly pretty damn pointless. They do not really matter whatsoever. Okay. When they're full HP, that's never really going to happen. Okay, let's just say we put that on. Okay. I don't want to put any mythical gemstones and stuff like that because it's pointless. But now his stats are the following. 8.9k attack, 345 crit damage. And if we're looking for Thor, where is Thor? We have 8.7k attack. So Thor has 150 less attack, but he has quite a bit of less crit damage. So let's actually try and beef up our Thor. Can we somehow get the similar stats on them? Not sure. Okay, this is better. So that's more crit damage. What about more attack? Okay, maybe we can use some of these glyphs. Because we are on the test server, it doesn't matter. We can just waste everything that we have available. Nothing in here, but potentially maybe we find something with more crit damage. So we try to basically make up for that crit damage difference that we have. So Merciless. 5 more crit damage. 6 more crit damage. And this one, yeah, okay, so this works. And I'm going to reroll this for an attack. Come on, game. Stop messing with me. There we go. And now we're going to max it. And probably it's going to be a small difference at a crit damage, though. So we have 8.9k attack, the same. 327 crit damage. And he had 330 plus crit damage. So around 10 crit damage difference, which is not a massive, massive difference. If we're going to go back to it, let's see how he performs now with all of these freaking crazy things on. Because even before he was doing insane, insane stuff, very curious to see now. So we're going to do one quick battle like this without Shayak. Then we're going to bring Shayak in the team. So now, well, it's kind of like a completely different story this time around because Thor barely made more damage than him without Shayak in the team. So we have Krokhad with 202 million damage. Thor with 217. So around a 15 million difference in the damage from Thor to him. And that, of course, is not the best team for Shayak. Because we're going to do the best team for Shayak right about for the Hound with Shayak right now. Sorry. So where is my freaking Shayak? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. There we go. Quick battle. Let's see this difference now. Wow. Wow. Okay, that is all I'm saying. Wow. 640 million on full oro. 1 billion damage. 3 times more damage than Thor. 3 times more damage than Thor because we paired Shayak and Krokhad together. I wish I have Shayak now on my account because they could work amazing on my hard team. Okay? Very impressed with the Fusion Champion. If your main goal is to up your damage in the Hydra clan boss, guys, I can only say one thing. I cannot recommend the Fusion enough because these two together, very, very impressive result, okay? I do not care if you do the Fusion or not. That is up to you. Have a look at your own account. See if you think that this champion will improve your account or not. Maybe you want to take a break from Fusions. Maybe you don't. Personally, I do think that as a Hydra champion, which is kind of like the main thing that he does, he's not going to be necessarily the best in PvP. It doesn't mean that you can't use him there. He's not going to be the best in clan boss and stuff like that. But he can definitely bring in some pretty damn good damage. That was all for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.